Foundations of Math 2, Create and Solve Linear Equations, Unit 2. All right, so we're going to start by writing an equation based on the words, an inequality, Create and Solve Linear Inequalities, Unit 2. X is at least 23. At least means that that is the smallest number it can be, so X has to be greater than or equal to 23. Because it says at least, that means it's greater than or equal to. The sum of 3x and 7x, so that's 3x plus 7x, is at most 60. That means 60 is the biggest number it can be. So that means I have less than or equal to 60 there. You were to get those together. You have 10x less than or equal to 60. Divide both sides by 10. And you would have x is less than or equal to 6. If you were to graph that, you would have a filled-in circle shaded to the left. This one, you would have a filled-in circle shaded to the right. 2 times a number increased by 8 is at most 40. 2 times a number, anytime it says a number, that's your variable. So 2 times a number, 2x, increased by 8 means I'm adding 8, is at most 60. At most means that's the highest it can be. So it has to be less than or equal to 60. I'm going to go ahead and solve this. Subtract 8 from both sides. You get 2x is less than or equal to 52. Divide both sides by 52, or by 2, And you get x is less than or equal to 26. Less than or equal to is a filled-in circle, shade to the left. 5 less and 4 times a number is less than 27. 4 times the number, so I have 4x. 5 less means I'm subtracting 5 from that. Is less than, it straight up tells you which one to use, 27. Add your 5 to both sides. 4x is less than 32. Divide both sides by 4. X is less than 8. Less than is an open circle and shaded to the left. All right, now with the real word problems, the harder ones. Mr. Diaz wishes to save at least, there's a typo there, at least $1,500 in 12 months. If he saves $300 during the first 4 months, what is the least possible average amount that he must save, in each of the remaining 8 months? So he wants to save at least $1,500. So that means he wants whatever he saves to be greater than or equal to $1,500. He's already saved $300. So he's going to add that to what he's going to save over the next 8 months. So plus 8 months times whatever he saves. Solve this equation. So I'm subtracting 300 from both sides. You get 8x is less than or equal to 1,200. Divide both sides by 8. And you get x is greater than or equal to 150. So he must save at least $150 a month for 8 months to meet his goal. Oh, the next one. Sorry about the typo. The dance committee hired a DJ for the fall dance. The DJ charges $125 per hour plus $55 for an assistant. We can go ahead and write that up. $125 per hour is 125h or x or whatever variable you want to use for hours, plus 55 for an assistant. They want to keep the total cost under $600. So under $600, that means not $600. If it said at most $600, then that would be less than or equal to. So because we want it to be under, we have just less than $600. So now I'm solving that. Subtract 55 from both sides, and you get 125h is less than 545. Divide both sides by 125. 545 divided by 125 is 4.36. Now, you probably cannot hire a DJ for 0.36 of an hour. They probably go by half hours or by hours. So if I did 4.5 hours, let's say it goes by half hours. If I did 4.5 hours, that would exceed my $600 because I need my hours to be less than 4.36. The most I could hire him for would be for 4 hours. Two more. 6 more than 2 times a certain number is less than the number increased by 20. So 6 more than 2 times a certain number. That's my x. 6 more means I'm adding 6, and 2 times a certain number means 2x. So I have 2x plus 6 is less than, that same number increased by 20 means I'm adding 20. So x plus 20. Get my x's together, I'll subtract x from both sides. I have x plus 6 is less than 20. Subtract 6 from both sides, and I have x is less than 14. Two consecutive even integers, this is a throwback, are such that their sum is greater than 98, decreased by twice the larger number. So if we have two consecutive even integers, then that means I have one integer plus another integer. If it's even, then my first one is x, my second one is x plus 2. Because their sum, right, is greater than. So I have x plus 2 is greater than 98 decreased by, which means I'm subtracting twice the larger number. Well, the larger number is x plus 2. So 2 times x plus 2, like this. My smaller number would be x. My larger number is x plus 2. It says find the smallest possible values for the integers. So we're finding both integers. So combine my like terms on this side. I get 2x plus 2 is greater than, I'm going to distribute my negative 2 here. 98 minus 2x minus 4. Combine my like terms. 2x plus 2 is greater than 94 minus 2x. Add my 2x to both sides. I get 4x plus 2 is greater than 94. Subtract 2 from both sides. 4x is greater than 92. Divide both sides by 4, and you get x equals 23. So 23. Now it said two consecutive even integers. 23 is not even, but we're talking about inequalities, so greater than or less than. So we have x is greater than 23. So if x is greater than 23, the next biggest even number is 24. So 24, and then the one after that would be 26, would be our two potential numbers.